What's up, Nerdyverse? I'm Daddy Louie, and in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the tabletop miniatures game Wild West Exodus, so stick around. Alright, so what is Wild West Exodus? Well, it is a tabletop miniatures game, not unlike Relic Blade, which is the game that we talked about in one of my previous videos. If you haven't watched that video yet, go ahead and click on the notification that comes up right now on your screen to go check that out. The setting is like a dystopian 19th century theme, I guess you could say, and really what it is like a good chunk of like old school Western movies with like a mix of Wild West steampunk and like some X-Files. So there is mad science, alien technology, spiritual magic, and there's all these different factions that kind of represent those things. And one of the coolest things about this game, honestly, is the characters that come to life within its universe. So it takes a lot of, legendary characters from that time period, such as Wyatt Earp, Doc Holliday, Jesse James, like you'll see in a minute, Billy the Kid, and it kind of mixes them all together again with that steampunk, alien type stuff, I guess you could say. So really what I want to do is kind of give you an overview of the game. This is not going to be an in-depth of the rules or how to play or anything like that. Really what I want to do is just point out to you the differences between or the uniqueness about what this game has versus some of the other miniature game on the market today, to kind of give you a feel of why you should be playing this game versus some of those other games. So if you'll join me on the table, we'll take a look. So one of the main things is that the rules, all of the character cards, and everything like that are completely free on the Wild West Exodus website. I will leave a link to that website in the description below. So you can go there right now, download the rules, print out the character cards, and proxy everything just to check out the game. You don't need to spend a dime, which is awesome. A lot of game companies don't do that. Another thing that is unique about this game is that it is on a D10 system, and your target number for every action that you take in the game is 10. So let's say, for an example, you have a character that can shoot, and the aim on their gun is 5. You need to roll a 5 or better on the D10 in order to hit that 10, which would be a success. Now, obviously, there's some modifiers and stuff like that involved, but the math is very, very simple, and it's very, very quick. Also in this game, all of the action points are randomized. So everyone that plays will have an action point deck, and inside this deck is the number of each card has a different number of action points that you can take for that activation. So when you get ready to activate one of your characters, you will flip one of these cards over at random to see how many actions you get for that turn. And the last thing that I wanted to talk about is the action card deck. So again, all players will have access to an action card deck. You will receive a hand of these cards based on the size game that you're playing, and each card is separated by two sides. You have a glory side and a guts side. Now the guts side is going to kind of break the rules a little bit. It kind of changes or does something unique to help swing your turn in your favor. And the glory side gives you victory points on top of the objective that you're playing for that game. So if you're playing a game and you're low on victory points, you can turn these cards in once you complete what it is that it's asking you to do for extra victory points to try and turn the tide in your favor. And of course, one of the most unique things about this game that separates it from other games is the characters that you play as. So you have characters like I was mentioning before, Wyatt Earp, Doc Holliday, you know, kind of the whole gang from Tombstone. Abe Lincoln is also in this game. You have characters like this here is Jesse James. He is one of the outlaw bosses, one of the outlaw leaders. That is the army that I play. You have Scott Stonewall Jackson. He is a Confederate outlaw, also a boss and a leader. Some of these models are resin. This one here is resin. The Jesse James I just showed you is plastic. But the detail is just superb. You also have, let's see, this is Frank James. This is Jesse James's brother. You got Cole Younger. He's in here as well. These are all outlaws. My son plays an army or a faction called the Enlightened. And you have, this is Annabelle Hamilton. She can reanimate constructs that have fallen on previous turns, so she can bring back dead characters, which is kind of cool. Here's one of those constructs that is on my son's force and the Enlightened force. Another thing that I want to mention about the characters that may appeal to a lot of people out there is that the guys that make this game have really done a fan service. They have created a posse or a faction, a sub-faction in the game known as the Wayward Eight, and they are a nod to the crew of the Firefly Serenity from the show Firefly. This is in-game. Her name is Zerelda Kincaid, but she is a nod to Zoe from the show Firefly. And then I also have Flowing River in-game here, who is a nod at River. I don't have any of the other crew handy with me. I'll try and throw a photo of what they look like up on the screen right now. But as you can see, they are a nod to the crew of the Firefly Serenity. So if that's something that appeals to you, you can go on their website right now and grab the faction box or the posse set known as the Wayward Eight, and that'll give you all of the crew minus Shepherd Book. He's actually a leader for another army, although he does play with the Wayward Eight, so you can have the entire crew. And yeah, that's just another cool little thing within Wild West Exodus within this game. So that's just a few of the things that are unique about this game that I have not seen in other games, and one of the main reasons why my son and I and my play group are really enjoying the game right now. Alright guys, well that was just a brief overview of some of the things that I love about Wild West Exodus and some of the things that may separate it from your other big mainstream miniature games. Is very different from anything else that I've ever played. The characters themselves really bring the game to life and bring that uniqueness to a whole nother level. If this video was helpful to you, please give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Consider subscribing to our channel. I definitely plan on having some live streams of me painting some of these. If there's anything else that you want to see from Wild West Exodus or any other game or any other suggestion that you have, heck, if you even have a video that you would like featured on our channel, leave a comment down below or get in touch with us on one of our social media platforms. We'd love to have you. We'd love to have your ideas. Well, that's all from me. I'll see you in the next video.